Hello, good morning to all. In the previous class, we have studied, that is, we are continuing the quantum theory of paramagnetism, and in that quantum theory, we are completing half part of this topic. And in the previous class, we are discussing the energy level of the system in the magnetic field. The system has two energy levels, E1 and E2. So both have the energy difference. So therefore, we calculating here, which E1 is equals to plus mu b and E2 is equals to minus mu b. Therefore, E1 minus E2 is equals to, this is the energy difference between the system, that is E1 minus E2 is equals to twice mu b and b. Here the suffix b. So this is the energy difference, and we are calculating the energy level splitting for one electron in the magnetic field directed along the positive z axis. We already draw the diagram. This is the energy level E1 and E2. This difference, that is twice mu b. Okay. So here along the positive z axis, so that's why we write here mu z is equals to mu z and ms. Spin quantum number, that is ms is equals to plus 1 by 2 here for E1 energy level, and mu z is equals to minus of mu, and ms here, ms is equals to minus 1 by 2 and mu z is equals to plus mu. So from this energy level diagram, we conclude that for an electron, the magnetic moment mu is opposite in sign to the spin s, so that this mu is equals to, we are calculating this formula, that is mu is equals to minus gj mu b and vector s. That is, it is parallel, sorry, it is opposite to the magnetic field spin, that is, this s is the spin quantum number, and this spin is opposite to the magnetic moment mu. Okay, because here plus spin is minus mu, here minus 1 by 2 spin is the plus mu, means magnetic moment mu is opposite in the sign to the spin s, so that this mu is equals to minus gj mu b and s. So from this, in the lower energy state, the spin magnetic moment is parallel. In the lower state, the spin magnetic moment E1 is equals to E1 minus E2. This lower state, E1 is the lower state, E2 is the higher state. So in this lower energy state, the spin magnetic moment is parallel to the magnetic field, and in the upper state, the spin magnetic moment is anti-parallel to the magnetic field. So this topic is, we are completing in the last class. So in this class, we are continuing this topic. So in this class, let us suppose consider the system contains consider the system contain n atoms per unit volume. Contain n atoms per unit volume. Okay, so we are considering the system which contain n atoms per unit volume, out of which the spin of n1, the spin of n1 particles, that means half particle. So this half particle is the particle, n1 particle means in the lower state or energy state, and n2 are the half particle which is in the upper energy state. So the spin of n1 are parallel to the spin of these n1 particles are parallel to the field parallel to the field, that means this is the lower energy state, because in the lower energy state spin is parallel to the field, and spin of n2 and spin of n2 particles, sorry, n2 atoms are anti-parallel to the field. That means these atoms are the higher energy state, that is upper energy state. Okay, means n1 particles have the parallel, n1 spin has the parallel to the field, that is the lower energy state, and n2 are anti-parallel to the field, that is the upper energy state. Then we can write this n is equals to, this is the total number of atoms per unit volume, is equals to n1 plus n2. Means we are counting half atoms, that is n1, and half plus half we gives the full atoms per unit volume. So value of this n1 and n2 is given by the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistic. The values of n1 and n2 are given by Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Okay, so this value is directly calculating. So this values n1 in the thermal equilibrium at the temperature T in a magnetic field B, this value, first value, this is denoted by the n1 by n is equals to, so this n1 by n is equals to e to the power plus mu b means Bohr's magneton, mu b, sorry, this is the complete, not suffix, mu b by kt divided by e to the power plus mu b by kt plus e to the power minus mu b by kt, e to the power plus mu b by kt plus e to the power minus mu b by kt. So this is the value of first n1, and this n2 has value, that is n2 by n has value. Here e to the power plus for n1 plus mu b by kt, and here n2 we can write here e to the power minus mu b by kt divided by e to the power plus mu b by kt plus e to the power minus mu b by kt. So these are the two values for n1 and n2. So therefore the resultant magnetic moment, resultant magnetic moment and here n are the atoms per unit volume, so that's why we are calculating resultant magnetic moment per unit volume, okay. So resultant magnetic moment per unit volume, that is capital M, is equals to, so this resultant magnetic moment denoted by the letter capital M, and this capital M is equals to mu n1 minus n2. Okay, so this is the formula for calculating the resultant magnetic moment per unit volume, that is M is equals to mu n1 minus n2. So after putting these values, M is equals to mu, here value of n1 means here multiplied n, this is 1 by n means here multiplied by n. So after calculating this value, we get, firstly put the value of n1 e to the power plus mu b by kt divided by e to the power plus mu b by kt. Then second value minus of this means denominator of this both the term becomes same, so that's why we take the numerator same, that is e to the power plus mu b by kt minus e to the power minus mu b by kt, and denominator same. Firstly n1, that is e to the power plus mu b by kt, here minus e to the power minus mu b by kt, and denominator same, e to the power plus mu b by kt and plus e to the power minus mu b by kt. Okay. So this is the resultant magnetic moment per unit volume. So after that, this m is equals to mu, and this formula, that means this type of formula can be written in the form of trigonometric function, that is here and here n is the common, this term with n, so that's why we write n into mu, and here n into mu. So this total term we can write in the shortcut term, that is the tan hx here. Okay, so here tan hx means this whole the term we write here tan hx. Okay, so where this x is equals to, this x has the value mu b by kt. We take constant, that is x, and x means here e to the power plus x, e to the power minus x, e to the power plus x, e to the power minus x means tan hx. So where x is equals to mu b by kt. Okay, so let's condition for x less than 1. If value of x is less than 1, then tan of hx is also 1. Sorry, tan of hx is nearly equals to x, because x is less than 1, so that's why this tan hx is nearly equal to 1. So this equation is the third number equation. In the previous class we are calculating 2 number equation, and in this class here 3 number equation. So therefore equation 3 implies this m is equals to tan of hx has the value x, so we write here only x, that is n mu x. Okay, because tan hx value for x less than 1 becomes x, therefore m is equals to n mu into x, and the value of x, so after putting value we get m is equals to n mu, and value of x is the mu b by kt. So after solving, this m is equals to n mu square b by kt. So this is the value of m. So this is the 4th number equation. Okay, so after that we are putting the value of mu, that is gj, mj, and mu b. So this is the value of me after calculating. So we write here value of me, and after then calculation we get the another value of m. So this topic will be continued in the next class. Thank you.